Hi guys, welcome back to Hadley Unwritten. I'm Hadley. I don't know what's happening with my voice right now. Apparently I'm sing-songy, but hey, I'll take the energy. I could use some energy. Welcome to another video. Today we're doing top 10 books that changed my life. So I'm pretty excited for this. We got some awesome 10 books that for some reason I struggled to think of, but they're all really good. And I'm super excited to share them with you. So let's get into it. Seriously though, I have no idea where that energy came from.
The first book on my list today is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. And that includes like Catching Fire, Mockingjay, Sunrise on the Reaping, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the whole series really. This book honestly changed my life because it's a dystopian book, and dystopian books are always creepy, like eerily relatable. They shouldn't be relatable, right? Especially not this one. But I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember Paris Olympics? And they had people all dressed up like they were in the Capitol, like it was proper full-on Capitol wear, hair, blah blah blah. And then they had this guy on a horse, and it was so cool and whatnot. But he was riding on a horse, and it was like the horse of death or something. It's in the Bible. There's 4 horsemen. I think it's in the Book of Romans, and or Revelation probably. And he's riding on this horse, and it was like the horseman of death or something. And it was like, okay, let's like chill it back. We don't need to send kids to our death. If you haven't read The Hunger Games, I highly recommend it. Life-changing, as previously mentioned, and obviously very enlightening because it is a dystopian book, and that is the way dystopian books often are. Like seriously, have you guys watched The Matrix? That is creepy as all heck. Holy smokes, was I creeped out by that. But then, I kind of started thinking, like, okay, well, if we are in the Matrix, if we are going to go into the Hunger Games, if we are being injected with serums and whatnot, and we're all mind controlled, blah, 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 whatever dystopian book you choose to read, we're trapped in a maze, blah, 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 I don't know. Anyways, for me, I do get disturbed the first time I read it, and then I get the time to think about it, and I'm just like, well, I believe that I'm saved through Jesus Christ. So if I get sent to my death in a tournament and I die, that's fine. I'm going to heaven. If I am in the Matrix, it's fine. Eventually I'll die and I'll go to heaven. And it's a comforting thought to know to know that Jesus has your back. But again, Hunger Games, life-changing 5-star book. It will change your life too. I can almost guarantee it. But seriously, dystopian books are creepy. Book number 2 is also a dystopian book because, continuing the vibe of how dystopian books are life-changing, kind of disturbing, blah, blah, blah. But it is Divergent. And not the whole series in this case, because I didn't like the whole series. But, well, okay. The whole series does have some good points about the world, how, like, we're all experiments. Anyways, Divergent was life-changing. I loved the romance in it as well, especially in the first book when they're like, yearning and stuff. But this was the only 5-star book out of the series, so yeah. But it was really good. Like The Hunger Games, like The Matrix, disturbing, but life-changing. Highly recommend, but only read the first book and be satisfied with ending on a cliffhanger. That's my suggestion. Yeah. I don't know. I liked it because it was like after 2 tests, right? And you know how Triss is divergent in this. It's because that means she can't be mind controlled, and so they try and kill her because she can't be controlled. That's an interesting point in that book. Yeah. All dystopian books kind of have that. Oh, this guy can't be controlled. We gotta kill him off, and it's like. Kind of raises some eyebrows, Don't let, it's like, that's why they're life-changing, right? Because they're eye-opening as well. You know what I mean? I have another book for you, and we're keeping on this dystopian trend with Shatter Me. This one, I don't know if it was life-changing in a way that was eye-opening like the other dystopian books. It was more life-changing in a way of Juliet is relatable to me. Like throughout the book, her thoughts have strike-throughs in them, right? You can see there's strike-throughs in them, right? And it's like she's crossing out her thoughts. Like, oh, like she's like, they'll never let us out, crosses out. Like, no, I can't think that. And for me, I kind of do that as well. I mentally cross my thoughts out, you know, because they're just not thoughts that I should be thinking. And I just really identified with Juliet for that. And also the fact that the power she had was considered bad and she was locked up for it. And don't get me wrong, it was bad. She tortured people. Not on purpose, though. We'll give her that. It's not a good power, but it's power, and she was like told it was bad. It was bad to have this power. And she couldn't love herself, you know? She couldn't see her true potential, which is sad to say that Warner, the villain, actually knows her better than Adam does. But I like Warner better. Adam, I do not trust him at all. Book number 4 is a book that made me cry. And it is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. And John Green, you are a cruel author, but I can't complain because I've killed some lovable characters too. This book was an emotional roller coaster. Has you laughing at the start and sobbing at the end. And still laughing at the end too. Like, what is that? Oh my gosh. But like, it's so good. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Like, I thought the whole time that the girl was gonna die, and I thought it would end like it would, like her favorite book was. It would end, and I was just like, oh no, she's gonna die, she's gonna die, she's gonna die. And it turns out the guy dies, and I was like, well, I wasn't expecting that plot twist. Holy smokes. And yeah, emotional roller coaster, but an awesome book, and definitely like 4 stars. So definitely did change my life. Augustus Waters, you delightful boy, why did you have to die? You are a perfect book boy friend. Seriously though, it was so sad. Such an emotional roller coaster. We are venturing into the fantasy world now with one of my all-time favorite books. I gave it 6 stars. Any guesses, guys? Fourth Wing. Oh, this beautiful book. It's my favorite book of like all time, I think. It's so floppy as well, except the bookmark's blocking the flop. I started rereading it again, and I love this book truly. But the main character, Violet, this is why it's life-changing, okay? Because the main character, Violet, she's weak, right? Her mother was sick while she was pregnant, and she was born weak. Like, her joints are terrible. They're popping out in every which direction. But she's still strong, you know? And she doesn't let her weakness define her. She's not like she's not like pick me about it, you know? She's not like, oh, I'm so weak, somebody come save me. She's like, no, back off, I'm gonna save myself. And I really like that about her. And like, obviously, Xaden Riorson is the best book boyfriend, one of my all-time favorites, and truly an awesome theories. Rebecca Yarros, please put out the 4th book sooner, because I can't deal with that cliffhanger. I don't think any of us can. We're all going crazy. Lying on my stomach is like testing my ability to talk with my lungs being compressed into the carpet. It's a struggle. Another romantasy book. Oh, my bad. Okay. Oh, delightful. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Another romantasy book that changed my life is Powerless, because Kaiser is a gentleman, and if he could come to life, he'd be perfect. But he can't, so I'm happy he's with Pei. I loved this book. Similar with Violet, Peyton taught me, like, um, you know, strength is different. You don't need a man to save you, blah, blah, blah. And it's just a really good book. I was crying in this one, too. Again, another emotional roller coaster. And I can't wait to reread it, and I want to annotate it as well, because it's just got Lauren Roberts' writing is so poetic and so beautiful. And, yeah. Truly, it's one of the best romantic books that I've ever read. And I can't wait for the novella that's coming out, Fearful. And I'm so glad that it's like almost a complete series. That makes me so happy. Because then that means I'll have a complete series on my shelf. The next book I have for you, which is number 7? Yeah, let's go with 7. Is a self-help book, I think, is what it's called. It is Wisdom from Women in the Bible by John C. Maxwell. And I like this book because it reads like, I'm going to throw it at the camera. It reads like a story, which is really nice. Helps to focus it on it a little bit more. And it is truly full of wisdom. The title is not wrong. Can this hair please get out of my face? Just be gone. Oh, I love and hate layers at the same time. But it has lessons from Ruth and Hannah, and I want to say Esther, but don't hold me to that. Oh, okay. It has lessons from Ruth, Sarah, Rahab, Hannah, Abigail, Miriam, Mary, Martha, and the Samaritan woman. And it's really good. It's an awesome book and very truly full of wisdom. Has so much good advice, and if you are going to read a self-help book, I would recommend that one because it reads like a fiction story. So go for it. It's really good. The next book on my list is a little bit of a classic, I believe, now. Crazy. And I think everybody knows this book. I hope everybody knows this book. A lot of people know this book. 'Tis Harry Potter. This was like one of the first fiction books I ever read in my life, or I was old enough to comprehend reading in my life, because my mom read it to us when we were little. And we read it so many times that I memorized like the sequence of events, and it kind of, I don't want to say that, it kind of got a little predictable, but it's so good. Like, look how worn this book is. The cover is so creased. It's so old. Oh, I feel so bad for the abuse that it went through. But it's a classic, you know? Of course, it's life-changing, and it was just really good childhood book. J.K. Rowling has some good writing. You know, obviously, she's no Rick Riordan when it comes to representation, but her books are awesome. Or the Harry Potter series is awesome. I haven't read any of her other books. And, you know, if you haven't read them yet, what are you doing? Please read them. Come on, like, they're awesome. Like, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Life-changing. This is the topic of the video, life-changing. The next book, I don't have with me because I lent it to a friend, and she hasn't given it back in like a year. Anyways, it's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This is one of the first series I read by myself. 'Twas so funny, but it deals with trauma in such lighthearted ways that you don't even realize it's trauma until you go back and you read it when you're older, and you're like, oh, these characters need therapy. And you know, it's a really good book, and Rick Riordan makes it so funny. He has lots of good representation in his book. The Heroes of Olympus series is my favorite out of all of the series that I've read of his. I'm working on collecting the Trials of Apollo, but I kind of spoiled a little bit of it for myself, which sucks. Yeah, it's an awesome series, and it really, I don't know, it just made me, it was one of those books that made me feel better about my life, you know? So, changed it in a way. Life-changing, one of my favorite series ever. And the last book I have for you today is a chunky one. It's a beast. It was not... Oh! I could have just said the Bible. That's like 37, no, more than that. It's a lot of books in one. And it's life-changing because Jesus saves you, so it changes your life. Anyways, the Wisenard series. This was a book. It's like multiple books in one. And it's created by Kobe Bryant and written by Wesley King. And it's really good. It's about basketball and a team of basketball players, but it has really good lessons in it that talk about, like, being a leader and being a good teammate and stuff like that. And, it's a really good book. It's full of good lessons and stuff, and I highly recommend it. I remember I got it for my birthday. One of my friends when I was still in school got it for me, and it was like the joke at the time, like, oh, she's gonna carry this everywhere, her backpack's gonna be so heavy, and like she'll finish it in a week. And I was like, yeah, I will, watch me. And I did. It's awesome. It's so worn down. I've read it so many times. I think the cover's kind of falling off, but it's really good, full of good lessons, and it is a big book. Did you hear that? It's a big book. I can't believe I didn't get the Bible though. Oh my gosh. That's like the life-changing, life-saving book of all time. Okay, another book that I have is the Bible, and it's awesome. Will literally change and save your life. So, there you go. Like 10 stars for the Bible. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. What are your favorite books? What books changed your life? I'd love to know in the comments. And yeah, I got lots of fun content coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and yeah, bye. The fact that I literally forgot the Bible is not good.